beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of H&O Living with your host, Rashana Renee. And today we are talking all things nonprofits, 501c3s, mentorship with the beautiful Crystal Chatman of Beautiful Spirited Women. She has been the founder and creator for over 14 years, and she has some amazing success stories with the beautiful ladies that she is working with, and I cannot wait for you to hear more of what she has to say, because this is H&L Living at its finest, cultivating peace, love, and joy within our communities. And she is not just talking about it, she is actually doing it and walking the walk, and she has been for 14 years, and that is amazing. So I can't wait for you to hear what she has to say. Let's get started. All right, we are here with Miss Crystal Chatman. How are you, Crystal?
I am doing good. How about yourself?
I am good. I am good. And Crystal is the director and founder of Beautiful Spirited Women, BSW,
Yeah.
as we all as we all know. But I want to just kind of dive in, Crystal, because I want to get as much information from you as possible. But I want to just start with you telling me about BSW and how you even came about creating such an amazing mentorship program.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for even just thinking about me, thinking about the organization and inviting us to your amazing show. And it was just so weird how we actually connected without connecting because of an email. And it was only one letter that separated
Exactly.
us from seeing what you put out for us to receive in order to be here on today. But being obedient, there go me saying, "Hey, what about what about me? What about us?" And it went from there. So first and foremost, I am Crystal Chatman, founder and executive director of Beautiful Spirited Women Girls Mentoring Program. For 14 years, we have been honestly being a restoration queen, queens with an S, because I do have some foot soldiers that is helping me push this mission forward
Awesome
to
team.
work
Yes.
and serve girls and women that is in need, especially in lower income areas, because there is limited, resources and tools and life-changing moments for these individuals. And we have been boots on the ground for 14 years, and just coming about, it was truly an assignment from God. This was not something that I woke up the next day to say, "Hey, I want to start a nonprofit program." With girls, I wasn't even thinking about trying to, pour into nobody else, because I didn't really honestly have my life together. So just, hearing the voice from God, and honestly using what he gave me, which was three letters, BSW, and later on a couple of weeks saying Beautiful Spirited Women, gave me the assignment, and I, skyrocket from there. No resources, no experience in nonprofit. And I literally just took the words and the assignment that he gave me, and I've been obedient. I was obedient, and here we are 14 years later. Mhm.
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
mean, I love it for so many reasons, but I especially love it because you said that you didn't even feel like you had it together, and you
Mhm.
still were able to pour into these beautiful young ladies and to create something. I mean, 14 years strong, we
Yeah.
see it all the time, that there's so many people that start a project and it may be going good for a couple years or so, and it's like, man, whatever happened to that group or this group? But
Yeah.
14 years in, and you're still going, still moving, still growing, which I absolutely love. And which actually I didn't know. I thought that you were just like kind of in the Memphis, Nashville area, but you kind of cover lots of different cities with
Yes.
BSW. So tell me a little bit about how did you, I mean, expand and grow so much in that
Mhm.
14-year time frame?
And I think a lot of people honestly, they always ask me about that question. And expanding is, I say, somewhat is, hard because you have to go open up the chapters, do this, do that, and do that. But just by the connections and the meaningful relationships that I have built over the years, people who pretty much adore what BSW is doing, they say, hey, we don't have this in our community. We don't have it in our area. How can we start it here? So individuals from college, from high school that has moved on to, different cities or went back to their hometown, they are the ones who's either serving in their
Okay.
communities and leading these chapters. So that's how the connections pretty much start
Gotcha.
building just those meaningful relationships and connecting with individuals that say, hey, we need this in our community and how can we help? Hmm.
Okay, gotcha. And your girls range from what's their age ranges?
So the ages range from 4 to 11. That's what we call our beautiful spirited cupcakes. And then we have the 12 to 19, and that is what we call our beautiful spirited mentees. And then from 21 and up, that's what we call our beautiful spirited women. So it's pretty much a stair step, just, going with the ages and making sure that, everybody has a mentee or mentor in the process of becoming a woman. Mhm.
Yeah, I love it. Now, you all have so many different programs, so many different events. You travel with the girls. I
Mhm.
mean, you are really, when someone says, I want to make a difference, like you are like the picture of making a difference for so many people. It's amazing what you do. And I commend you for that so much because there's so many young ladies out there that just need an example. They just need to
Yes.
see someone
Mhm.
that carries
Mhm.
themselves a certain way, that speaks a certain way, that isn't their norm. I'll say
Yes.
that. It
Mhm.
may not be the
Mhm.
norm to what they see at home or in their communities or wherever it is they're from. So I
Yes.
commend you for being that for being that for these young ladies. Now I will say I'm sure you have so many success stories from the girls that are coming to join you all. Do you have like maybe one or two that kind of stands out for you that maybe they came to you a certain way and now they're maybe being a mentor to someone else or something similar to that?
Yes. So I want to kind of piggyback off what you said about how, the girls look at us like a certain way or talk a certain way. I just talked to one of our mentors the other day and I said, hey, this day and time is totally different from when we grew up, right? So we pretty much looked at our elderly people as just elderly people. In
Exactly.
today's time, these girls, not that they're looking for a best friend in us or looking for, they actually looking for trustworthy relationships and meaningful relationships. And I tell them all the time, sometimes we got to get on a level. That's the only way that these girls will open up to us. First, if they see
Yeah.
our face on a continuous basis. And as a mentor, you can't come in January and then come back in November and expect them to open up to you. Like you got to be consistent in that. And I tell them, look, I there are certain things that I don't do, and there are certain things that I do, but I can get on your level. So when I say get on your level, I'm talking about doing TikToks. Like TikTok is like, a special thing right now, especially when you make it positive and you make it special. They love TikTok. So
Yeah.
find a way and create special moments that is probably like, I guess, entertaining to them in a positive way. And you can start building those meaningful relationships with that. And then your second question, within the program, like we um build these like connections, like with the girls, and you know, holding on to past hurt or holding on to things that we no longer can't push forward in life, we pretty much give that space to those girls. And when we give that space to those girls, they tend to open up. So one of the scenarios when this young lady pretty much came into the program, she pretty much was on the level of not being here anymore. I literally don't want to live anymore. There is nothing for me to live for. There is nothing else left for me to do. Like, I'm tired of being lonely. I'm tired of not having friends. I'm tired of not getting a job. And she was just a teenager then, and she was already having like like stress, like things on her that you would think a grown woman would have, on her. And her mother reached out to us and and said, and I say, and I ain't gonna say us, but she reached out to me individually. Of course, I'm always about team, right? So she reached out to me. I did explain to her, was it okay for me to kind of like, give a snippet of the story, to the team, and let's see how we can pretty much help her. And as a parent, you feel helpless when you can't help your own child. So for reaching out to a program that no longer serve her daughter, but we serve her mom as well, but in the capacity of her mom is helping us, like with writings and nominations and things like that. But make a long story short, we said, okay, just, give us a couple of minutes, because when a person is not wanting to be here, you don't have time. So you got to think up on your feet like really quick. How can I literally change this young lady's life? And then plus we are suicide prevention trained. So we know what to do, when to do, how to do it, how quick to do it without taking her to a level of like, I just can't do this no more. Okay.
Yep.
So I reached out to the team. This is what I would love for each of you all to do if you have time, because I always try to make sure my team is not obligated to do certain things. That's a touchy subject. Okay. A lot of people have attempted suicide. Okay. So when she did this, or when we did this, within the next couple of days, do you know that she had letters from all across the world from women and girls that sent her encouraging and empowering letters? Not only did she get letters, but she got teddy bears, she got gift cards, she got what they call it, like little bookmarks with
Yes.
encouraging motivational scriptures on it, prayer scriptures. She even got a Bible. So just imagine from Monday you saying, I no longer want to live anymore. I don't feel loved. I don't feel like I'm cared for. And within the next couple of days, you're receiving all of this mail in the mailbox, back to back, back to back. She received over 40 items. That touched me. Okay. That touched me. And a couple of weeks later, she literally, when I got 2 jobs, she thanked BSW. She thanked us for our kindness, our kind gesture, because it's already hard enough feeling like there is no one there and not establishing that relationship with God and knowing that He's there, like they're there, and looking to man to seek what you need to seek from God. And for her to be at her age and us showing her that you are not alone, you are worthy, you are worth it, you are beautiful, you are needed. And here she is, 5 or 6 years later, mother, full-time job, a nurse, you know, she's still here, still here. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is,
Hmm.
now I knew you were going to have a good
Yeah.
example
Uh-huh.
of, making a difference, but man,
Hmm.
that is really touching, because you just never know the effect that you're going to have. I mean, you hope for the best, and
Yes.
you
Hmm.
hope that you're going to have, a positive impact on at least one person. Is
Yes.
you know is a simple
And it'll
goal
be
to
a
have.
ripple effect because she will one day be able to instill that in her daughter and
Yeah.
instill that in other people as well.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I, that is what I feel like I want H&O Living to be all about, is just kind of the ripple effect of
Hmm.
doing good for one
Hmm.
person, and
Yeah.
maybe they'll do it for someone else, and just kind of continue to build around that. So I absolutely love it, and I'm thankful that you even shared that and being so open and transparent with some of the things that you deal with as the founder of BSW. Now, tell me, I know that you have a wide range of ages, but do you have kind of a specific issue or the biggest issue that you come across with young girls today when it comes to, because this is one thing that you deal with is self-esteem that I
Yes.
think is super important. Is
Mhm.
it something that, like, an issue that you see a lot more than others when it
Mhm.
comes to like the girls dealing with self-esteem and things like that?
Um, I think for us, because we are in a risky area, serving the girls, there are so many like different like avenues to like think about. I think a lot of the girls, they don't like suffer like in that particular area, like with low self-esteem. I think a lot of them suffer with attention. They are needing the attention, and I'm not
Yes.
talking about attention from a man or attention from a
Yeah, just
boy. They are just needing attention. And when I say
mm,
attention, is someone who is actually listening to them. They have
mhm.
stories. When I say stories, I'm talking about, the stories we had, right, growing up. And when we come home, and we just got to talk to mom about something that just happened at school, or something that we seen our friends do, or shoot, something that we did, but the space that we create for them to just be able to talk and us do this right here, and we just listen, like that's the space that they need as far as attention. Just hovering around and doing that circle of trust is what we have. We have that circle of trust. Now, little bitty girls, they just want to have fun, honey. Crafts, STEM projects. Now we still talk to them, but that mid age from 12 to that 19, they want to talk. And we let them
Mhm.
talk. Okay.
I
We
love
let
it.
them talk. So that's pretty much our circle
Mhm.
of trust is what's pretty much connecting us with them. Hmm.
Yeah, I think having a safe space,
Yes.
where you're not going to be judged or you're
Yes.
not going to be frowned
Brush.
upon. Yes, exactly. I think that is super important for them to have. And that's
Yes.
awesome that, yes, some people, I'm in my 40s and I just need an ear and need someone to listen to me from time to time.
Say that. Come on. Say that. Hmm.
So of course, and sometimes we can, because they're younger, or they would be looked upon as children. It's like some people's like, what you saying matters not at all. You know what I mean?
That's
But they do
right.
have their own thoughts. They do have their own feelings, especially when you get into the preteen, teenage years,
Oh,
and you
yes.
got all these hormones and everything else flowing through. You definitely,
Emotional. They are emotional, like
yes.
very emotional. Yeah. Hmm.
Exactly. So yes, having a safe space to come to is amazing to have. So I want to kind of go into the business side of it.
Hmm.
Now, 14 years, I would say, makes you a successful business owner, or a successful nonprofit owner. But I know that it comes with some challenges. What would you say some of the challenges are that you face in creating your 501(c)(3)?
I didn't have any problems with the creating
Mm-hmm.
the 501(c)(3), but the challenges come in when you're told, hey, when you get your 501(c)(3), you're going to get all the grants in the world. You're going to get all the money in the world. People are going to
Yeah,
throw money at you, girl. They're going to
I've
do
heard
this.
it.
They're going to do that, and then boom, you go get your 501c3
Mhm.
and then crickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, now how do I get the 501c3? The most challenging part that we have literally ran into is funding. And then, it's limited when it comes to Black-led
Mhm.
organizations. And I can talk several workshops pretty much on that. But that is, one of our biggest challenges is just funding.
Okay, gotcha. And so, opposite of that, what's kind of the most rewarding piece about what you do?
Oh, rewarding is pretty much just listening to the feedback of the girls, seeing the girls, smiling, seeing the girls enjoying the workshops,
Mhm.
seeing them talk in the workshops and discuss with their peers what they have learned, sharing it with their peers at school, seeing them post the positive things on social media. You see the videos, right? So
Yes.
they're doing the work and just sitting back, in tears, trying to catch my other eyelash from falling, because I'm just so teary-eyed and, just happy. Just to see the young ladies just, enjoying the positive side of what's going on in today's world because it's just so hectic right now. So that is the most rewarding thing is just seeing them smile.
Yes, I'm sure it is, and especially when they come in and you kind of see their growth over the
Yes.
years and you see them
Mhm.
change over the years. I know that has to be like
Yes.
just fills your heart completely, I'm
Hmm.
sure.
Yes, and
Now I
even the
know.
girls who done went off, to college and owning their own business and seeing them come back and pour into the organization, that is like just overwhelmed. Hmm.
I'm sure it is. Now you all always have something going on, some events coming up, some volunteering opportunities. What do you all have coming up next?
So next we have our girls explosion coming up. So that is pretty much our fun annual event that we pretty much just pour into the girls, teachable moments, life-changing moments. We have honors, awards, parents workshop. We also have a dance off with the girls, a talent show, plenty of food and music. But these recent years, we pretty much said we're gonna branch out instead of our girls just literally always being in a city of Memphis or being in the area which they grew up in, we're gonna start branching them off and taking them to other different cities to serve in the communities and give back as well because a lot of the girls that we serve do not literally leave that area or the territory that they stay in. So it's like, hey, BSW took me on my first Paris trip ever, right? Remember we went to Paris? And those girls did not have a passport. Think two of them never been on a plane. And just to go to Paris, everybody kept saying, y'all going to Paris, Tennessee? We was like, no, we going to Paris, France. And they was like, what? Like, are you serious? So just like I said, creating those life-changing moments, I'm always looking for those moments and creating that space for those girls to where they can look back and reach down and say, hey, BSW made this happen for me when I was this age. So that's our next big
Yeah.
annual event that's coming up.
Okay, now important question.
Yes.
How can we or everyone watching, how can we support? How can we help? Like what is it that BSW needs from kind of a massive massive
Yes.
stage because I know like you mentioned funding is tough and you
Hmm.
think they always say, "Oh, set up a 501(c)(3), and all these funds will
Oh
come
no.
flowing in."
Mm.
But no, you need
So
actual humans to
yes,
to help. So
to push this train, to help
tell
us
us how
push.
you can help. Yes.
So I mean, honestly, like for the last 14 years, and I'm gonna say it loud and clear, for the last 14 years, we have not had a government grant, a city
Mhm.
grant, or a county grant, okay, from
Mm,
any states or cities we serve in, not even our founding city of Memphis, okay? I want y'all
mhm.
to hear me loud and clear. So every individual that is watching this, you are the ones who literally make a difference or have made a difference if you ever or will donate to Beautiful Spirited Women. Honestly, we have not went without in these last 14 years. We have individuals that sign up for monthly, being a monthly donor. It can be as low as $20 a month. That $20 can help with a full hygiene bag, for our individual girls, because we want to make sure they don't ever go without any hygiene items. We even had one girl to say, "Hey, I don't need a hygiene bag right now." Ma'am, yes, you do. You don't ever want to run out of, sanitary napkins, deodorant, toothpaste. So if you are offered a hygiene bag at that moment or in that workshop, it's okay for you to have two deodorants at home. It's okay for
Yes.
you to have, two packs of pads. And our girls, they are so grateful to where if they got one deodorant at home, one pack of pads, or one toothbrush, they're fine
Yeah.
because, they're not trying to be greedy or anything of that nature, but we're just instilling in them that we want them to stay stocked up. You can also become a platinum sponsor, which that you could say, "Hey, I would like to sponsor the girls explosion." We call that a one-time sponsor for an event for the year. You can also literally become a vendor at any event. Like if you purchase a table, we take a percentage of that proceeds and we put it towards the programming needs. If you want to volunteer, it's not all about money all the time, because don't forget, I say we are boots on the ground, right? So we need volunteers that literally come out, that will lift a helping hand on event days, doing community service projects. And then we also have a membership where the members pretty much help with the event planning, they help with the workshop planning, they help put the community service projects together. They pretty much do a whole lot, but the website is open and anybody can go and do an open donation. And we have tabs on the website to where if you want to just say, "Hey, I would like to donate just to the girls' explosion," or "I would like to donate just to the programming," or just to the mission. Like we try our best to try to take the girls, get a passport, take the girls on a mission trip. So we have different tabs on the website. So whatever is passionate in
Yeah.
your heart, then you pretty much go with the flow that's on the website. And if you want to just say, "Hey, I want to just be a donor, period," then you just send in a donation like that through the website. But we got different things that you can see on the website and different tabs, and you pretty
Mhm.
much just go with your gut feeling and go with your heart. Hmm.
Okay, so now of course we need you to give website information. We need you to
Yes,
give
yes, yes. So
your
the
social media.
website, so the
Give us
website,
all of that.
right, is www.beautifulspiritedwomen.org. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can email us at beautifulspiritedwomen@gmail.com. And then also on all the platforms, you could just go and follow Beautiful Spirited Women on all the platforms as well. Hmm.
Perfect, perfect. Crystal, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I'm glad we were finally able to connect.
Yes.
It's perfect for this is going to be the first Women's History Month show. So I'm glad that we were able to
Yay.
get you on and represent you and all of the beautiful ladies that you work with and your team. Because when I say you've had a team that has been with you
Yes, since
for
day
the long
one.
yes.
Since
And
day
that's another
one.
piece that's really important, having a good, solid, loyal team
Mm-hmm.
that's rooting for you and rooting for your success and the success of the girls. So you
Yes.
are so blessed in that in that manner to have
Thank
a
you
good
so
team like you do.
much.
And
Mhm.
before I let you go, we have to do our harmony piece
Mhm.
where you give me some music that you like. So I'm going to name something and you tell me a song that you think of when I give you this phrase or this thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is love. I always start with love. So when you think of love, what song do you think of?
Music Soul Child. That's like my song. Oh my God. What he say, I don't care if your hair turns gray. I don't care if you gain a little weight, honey. I like you for who you are. And if your
Yeah.
heart is as beautiful as your face, honey, we are best friends. So
I love that. I love that. Okay. And so, with you working in the nonprofit sector, and it can get a little stressful at times,
Mhm.
what is a song that you listen to when you're kind of like, mind is racing, you have a million things to do, you have an event the next day? What's something that you listen to kind of calm you down and keep you balanced?
Oh, I'm not too much of a calm person. I'm a kind of like a crunk person. So I love Ty Tribbett. Like he is, jumping from one end of the stage to the next end of the stage.
Always.
And
Always.
sometimes I have to, get a little, hood gospel in me, to kind of like, keep me focused and keep me grounded. I say keep me above water. I tell people all the time, like I'm still at, this age trying to learn how to swim, honey. So I know I cannot go below, because I know I'm gonna drown. So I try my best to keep Ty Tribute right there in that corner. So if I need him and need that boost and need that uplifting, I go straight to YouTube when I'm working and I just click on it and I be working it. I be working it out. So yeah, so Ty Tribute is the win for that one.
Okay, last one. So,
Mhm.
girl empowerment. What
Mhm.
is a song that you think of when you think of empowering your girls?
Oh, I love Sierra Rooted. She
Oh,
is literally like invested in well, that song pretty much bring me that very empowering and very just like, oh my God, like I need to do this for these young ladies because I know I didn't have it growing up. So I'm going to
yeah,
stay rooted in, even if I don't see the
yeah.
winning. So even if I don't see the accolades, even if I don't see the funding coming, I'm going to continue to stay rooted in what I am supposed to be doing, you
Mhm.
know. And I know that whatever God has for us, it is for us. And when it's our time, it's our time, but I'm going to stay the course until that comes. So I'm going to stay rooted and grounded. So Sierra got me for the win on that one.
I I love it. You wait a
Yeah.
minute. You almost took us to church for a second there, Crystal.
Yes, yes, yes. Look, I try not to be churchy, so but they have to come in sometime because it ain't about us, it's about him. So I kind of switch over just a little bit if you need me to. So hmm
I love that. I love that. Well, again, thank you so much, Crystal, for joining me. This has been amazing. I've so loved hearing the stories of the girls and just how you have been
Yes,
able to just be a blessing to them. And because of that, I always feel like you being a blessing, you are going to be blessed as well. And so
yes,
I so happy to be able to have this piece of this journey with you. And everyone that's watching, please go to that website and be
yes,
sure to
please.
donate.
And I have one more thing too, if that's okay. So
Yeah,
everyone also too that we are in the process of building our dream facility. After 14 years, you will think that we need our own space, right? We have been scrambling, just using other people spaces for the last 14 years. And it is time for us to create and have our own space. So if you would love to become a billionaire donor. Okay.
yeah,
If you want to
yeah.
sponsor a room, sponsor a brick, or sponsor a hallway, whatever you want to sponsor. We are trying to secure land right there on Horn Lake Road, right there in the Whitehaven area. And we're trying to get that land. And I know that we're going to get it. So with your help, I know we can. So come on and help a sister out and be a part of change and just support us on this journey. Mm-hmm.
Love that. Love that. Well, yes, make sure everyone go to the website, donate, reach out to Crystal. Listen, anytime you reach out to her, she's going to welcome you with open arms.
Yes.
Uh, so be sure to just reach out to her. And thank you again so much, Crystal. I am going to put all the information below, your website, all of your social medias, so people can find you and reach out to you. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so
Oh,
much for having us today.
problem. Thank you. Until next time. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as I have, as always. Today, Crystal was able to break it down for us, the world of mentoring, how you can benefit some of the ladies that she's working with. A lot of times we are like, I want to help or I want to make a difference, but you just don't know how. Well, Crystal just gave us several ways that you can help and sponsor and donate to beautiful spirited women. BSW, I'm telling you, she is top tier when it comes to making a difference for these ladies. The travel that they do, the mentoring that they do, and even once you get older, you come back and you mentor some of the younger ladies that are coming through. And I mean, it is just a cycle of goodness, which is what we preach here on H&L Living, and she is a prime example of that. I can't think of a better way to kick off March for Women's History Month. I mean, this was an amazing episode. I hope that you all had your pen and paper, took their website down, took their social media outlets down so that you can reach out. And like she said, even if it's just $20 that you want to donate, you can. Now, if you want to donate thousands, millions, yes, you can do that too. But if you just move to 20, do that. If you move to 50, do that. But whatever you're led to do, I'm sure that Crystal will be grateful, and I'm sure that the ladies that she is mentoring will be appreciative as well. So be sure to get out your cards, your cash apps, all of that good stuff, and be sure to donate to a worthy cause, because as you can see, over 14 years, anyone that's in business know that it's tough to just keep moving, keep pushing, keep striving for better, and she has done that. So I hope that you all are able to at least go to the website and make a small donation if you can. And if not, at least share some of the things that she has. A lot of times when we say like, share, comment, subscribe, it's just always to support each other. And I think that's what we need here. And so if you would just, go ahead, support BSW in any way that you can possible, even if it's not a monetary donation. You can always come out and volunteer. So there's several ways to help, several ways that you can share and benefit this amazing organization. So until next time, peace and love.